Hello and welcome to Decades, the show that tests the reach of millennial knowledge. I'm your host, Sophia. Let's see who we've got competing today. Contestant 1, what's your name and where are you from?
My name's Alan and I'm from Modesto, California.
Ooh, my cousin is from Modesto. Contestant 2, introduce yourself.
I'm Eleanor, I'm from North Carolina.
Okay, the South represent. All right, contestant 3, who are you?
My name's Connor and I'm from Michigan.
Okay.
The mitten here, way up here, I'm a mitten.
Okay, a mitten. Very cool, a fellow Midwesterner. I am from Minnesota, so we'll see. No favoritism though. All right, so here's the way the game works. Each round, I'm gonna ask you 2 questions, one from news and one from pop culture. So you will have the opportunity to hit your buzzer. Whoever hits their buzzer first gets to the answer. If you answer correctly, you get the points. If you don't, your opponent has the chance to steal, or opponents. So, stay on your toes. And as we go further back in time, the questions will be worth more points. So we're going to start with the 2010s, and then we're going to go on to the 1950s to test your knowledge of the decades. All right, so let's do this.
Yeah.
Woo.
Is from the 2010s in the news category. President Obama and Secretary Clinton refused to use this term to describe ISIL. Connor.
Islamic terrorism.
Yeah, I'll take it. Radical Islam is the technical answer, but I will accept that. All right, so now on to pop culture. This social media star's app generated $71.8 million in revenue in 2015 alone. I'm going to say Alan.
Kim Kardashian?
Correct. All right, congratulations. You made it through the 2010s, the easiest round. That was pretty easy. So we're going to go back to the 2000s. All right, so now we are on to the news section with what bird was Dick Cheney hunting in 2006 when he accidentally shot a Texas attorney? Eleanor.
A quail.
Yes, a proud moment in our nation's history. All right, now on to pop culture. This Britney Spears music video took place on a plane. Connor, you looked very ready.
Toxic.
That's correct. All right, good job. And now we are moving on to the 90s. Are you guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
All right, now a question for the sports fans and our competitors. Known for hiring a hitman to smash her competitor's knee, Tanya Harding competed in what Olympic event? Eleanor, please.
Figure skating.
That's correct. All right, and now we are on to pop culture of the 90s. Josiah Bartlett is the fictional president in this acclaimed 90s television show. Connor.
West Wing?
That's right. Really good show. Would recommend binge watching it on Netflix if you have a lot of free time. Okay, and now we're done with the 80s. So now we are done with the 90s, and now we're going to go back to the 80s, which is when you guys were officially not born, unless you have been dishonest about your age. So hopefully you will be able to still answer the questions correctly. All right, and now for a news question from the 80s. Hopefully you'll remember this from a history class. The Gdansk Agreement in 1980 allowed workers the right to strike and organize unions in which Eastern European country? Alan.
Poland?
That's right. Poland is the correct answer. All right, now we're going on to pop culture. This musical duo, known for hits such as Mrs. Robinson, reunited after a decade to perform a free concert in Central Park in 1981. Guys, yeah, Connor.
Simon and Garfunkel.
Yes, that's correct.
Hey.
A wonderful music group. All right, and that is it for the 80s. You guys are doing great. Let's check in with Inez to see who's in the lead.
Hey everyone. So, Alan and Eleanor are tied with 25 points, and Connor is in the lead with a total of 50.
All right, great. Thank you, Inez. Looks like things are getting pretty close, so it looks like Alan and Eleanor, you guys are going to have to step it up if you want to go to the speed round and win yourself some prizes. All right, we'll be right back after this break, and then we're going to get down into the 70s. Don't go anywhere.
First day of the challenge, feeling hyped, feeling good after a nice back day. That's what's a Tuesday, which are back days. Hopefully, this will continue. Feeling weird today. Didn't do any cardio at the legs. Don't skip leg day. Hopefully, I'll get used to this. The shoulders and arms, you can see I got a nice pump going. Feeling confident, I'm doing this. Haven't gone down in reps yet. Hopefully that stays the same. Day 4 is chest day. I felt awkward today. I did one less rep of 185. Today I'm feeling pretty normal, just at arms, so cardio is not really a big factor in doing arms. I've been doing cardio for months now, and cutting it off is starting to kick in. After deadlifts, I was dead. I couldn't do anything else. I'm happy that the challenge is over.
All right, welcome back to Decades. We're about to get into the 1970s, but first, I want to know, if you could go back to any decade, what decade would it be?
I think I'd go back to the 80s for the whole that funky fashion.
Okay, for the funky fashion. All right, Eleanor.
I'd actually like to go into the future and do that.
Why the future, Eleanor?
Because I've never experienced it.
That's fair. Although arguably you haven't experienced any decades past the 1980s,
But I know about them.
we'll talk about that after the show. It's fine. Connor, your answer.
I'm gonna have to say I would go back to the early '90s. You know,
Okay,
Flappers.
safe choice.
flowers. You
Flappers.
know, feeling it.
All right. Okay, very cool. I guess I would also say the future, even though that wasn't really provided in the question prompt, but you know, I'm all for medical advances, and I wouldn't want any of the diseases of the past. All right, so we're gonna jump back into the game. All right, so right now Connor is in the lead at 50 points, and Eleanor and Alan are neck and neck at 25 points. But these questions now that we are going to get into are going to increase by 10 points, so you'll have ample opportunity to make up that loss. So everyone needs to have their best foot forward and get ready. So we are going to start with the 1970s and with a news question. So the title of this 1972 adult film was also the pseudonym of FBI Associate Director Mark Felt.
Hint.
You want me to provide a hint?
Unless they
Like to
have
phone a friend.
Do you want to guess?
I have no idea.
I don't
This
know
does seem like a risky question to guess at, so I will say the answer is Deep Throat from the Watergate scandal.
Oh.
Ah.
I've heard about
Question 10. You've heard about Watergate. Good. Question 10. This American actress earned the nickname Hanoi Jane after visiting Vietnam in 1972 to criticize the U.S.'s role in the war. Alan.
Jane Fonda.
Yes, that's correct. All right, things are going to get really hard now. We're going to the 1960s, so brace yourselves. All right, now onto the 1960s with our news question. Senegal, Ghana, Nigeria, and Madagascar all achieved what in 1960? I think that was Alan.
I'm going to say independence.
You're correct. Independence is the correct answer. All right, pop culture. Truman Capote spent 6 years writing this nonfiction novel on a quadruple murder in Holcomb, Kansas? Connor.
In cold blood?
Yeah, that's correct. Nicely done. All right, and now we're gonna go into our last round before the speed round. So this is the time, guys, that this is make or break it. And the contestant with the most points is gonna go on to the speed round, and now we're in the 1950s. All right, for the final question of our regular round, 1950s news question. This historic Supreme Court case ruled that segregated schools are illegal in 1954. I'm gonna say Allen.
Brown versus Board of Education.
That's right. All right, and then lastly, our pop culture question of the 1950s. Emerging in the 1950s, this popular style of music appropriated sounds of African American rhythm and blues.
Bluegrass.
That's incorrect. Eleanor, do you have a steal? Alan.
R&B.
Also incorrect. Connor, it's up to you.
It said blues already in the question. So I was gonna say jazz.
Also incorrect. The answer is rock and roll. You learn something every day. Glad to have this be an educational experience for everybody involved. All right, so with that, our top two contestants are moving on to the speed round. So we're going to check in with Inez to find out who those lucky individuals are.
So Alan definitely bounced back. He has a total of 145 points. And Connor has 90 in total. And I'm so sorry, Eleanor. You still have 25. But so therefore, Alan and Connor are both moving forward to the speed round.
All right, excellent. So it looks like Alan and Connor are moving on to the speed round. Stay tuned after the break to see them duke it out over trivia from all of the decades. We'll be right back.
It's day one of my week-long Fitbit challenge. Got my Fitbit Alta right here. So far, so good. I went to an exercise class this morning, which was great, and I just walked home from work in the rain. Walked 18,000 steps or 7.2 miles today. So I'm feeling really, really good. It's not even 1 p.m. and my Fitbit told me that I already hit my step goal for today. So it's pretty awesome. I just went to a high intensity interval training class with my Fitbit, of course. I've been sitting a lot today, so I'm really glad I went to the gym. I haven't been moving a lot, but my Fitbit has this feature where if I don't get 250 steps in an hour, it'll buzz and tell me to move. While I was running, I hit my daily step goal, so another great day. Feeling pretty good. This week has gone really fast, but my Fitbit definitely helped motivate me, especially when I saw that I hadn't moved much or when I was really close to my goal.
All right, welcome back to Decades. We're about to go into our speed round. So this is how it works. I'm gonna ask you guys a question and you'll have 2 seconds to give the right answer. You keep going until you get one wrong. If you do, the question goes to your opponent and they keep going until they get it wrong. And then it goes back and forth, so on and so on. You guys ready to do this?
Oh yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so right now we have Alan is in the lead, which means that you are gonna go first. This U.S. president starred in the 1951 film Bedtime for Bonzo.
Ronald Reagan.
That's right. So you keep going. You don't actually need to hit the button. The second question. Jane Goodall is famous for studying which animal?
Chimpanzees.
That's right. Nicknamed Obamacare, this legislation allows children to remain on their parents' health insurance until age 26.
The Affordable Care Act.
That's right. Connor has stolen, so we're on to Connor. All right, fourth question. Heath Ledger started his acting career on this soap opera, Home and Away, in which country? Alan?
The UK.
That's incorrect. Connor, you want to answer?
I don't.
The answer is Australia.
Australia.
Okay, so now we are going to go back to Connor because you got it wrong. Sorry. O.J. Simpson spent the majority of his NFL career on this team.
The Bulls.
That's incorrect.
The San Francisco 49ers?
He did play on the 49ers, but that is not where he spent the majority of his career. The answer is the Buffalo Bills. All right, so we are going to go back to Connor. After 13 years of research, scientists successfully mapped what in 2003?
The seafloor?
No. Alan?
DNA of a woolly mammoth?
You were close with the DNA part. It's the human genome. All right, we're going to go back to Connor. In what country was Osama bin Laden killed?
Afghanistan?
No.
Iran?
The answer is Pakistan. Okay, Connor, this director is the first African-American woman to have her film nominated for the Academy Award for Best Picture.
Shonda?
No. As a hint, the movie is Selma.
Oh.
Alan?
Oprah?
The answer is Ava DuVernay. All right, we're going to go back to Connor. This singer-songwriter wrote the 1960s hit, Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow?
Whitney Houston.
No. Alan?
Michael Jackson.
Carole King is the answer. All right, and then finally, this is up for grabs. This murderer and cult leader was found guilty of conspiracy to commit 7 murders in 1971. Alan?
Charles Manson.
That's right. All right, nicely done, guys. Inez, do you have a score update and tell us who won?
All right, so Connor is ending up with 100 points, and Alan takes the win with 175 points.
All right, congratulations, Alan. You just won decades.
Woo!
And your prize today is Coke that looks old but is not expired. There
Thank you so
go.
much.
And then we also have an accountant t-shirt for you. So congratulations. And that's been decades, guys. I guess millennials know more than you think. I'm Sophia. Thanks for watching.